My parents skipped my law school graduation to help my sister move to new apartment they just bought her. Mom said, "You'll have plenty of graduations, don't be dramatic." It was my final one, and what they missed that day would end up haunting them forever. My name is Jessica, and I just graduated from law school. Top 15% of my class, law review member, multiple awards for legal writing. None of which my parents had ever bothered to attend ceremonies for. My sister Amanda is the golden child. Always has been. She works in finance, drives a car our parents bought her, lives in an apartment they purchased outright. She has never struggled for anything in her life because our parents made sure of it. Me? I worked 3 jobs through undergrad, took out loans for law school, lived in a cramped apartment with 2 roommates while Amanda posted Instagram photos from her luxury 1-bedroom with city views. Amanda loved reminding me of my place in the family hierarchy. At every family dinner, every holiday, every gathering, she would find a way to diminish my choices. Law school, she had said at Thanksgiving. You'll end up as some quack lawyer or errand girl for actual lawyers. Real success is in finance. My parents would smile and nod. My father once actually said, "Amanda has a point. Law is so saturated now." They never came to my events. Not the undergraduate debate where I placed first in the state. Not the law school moot court competition where I won best oral argument. Not the awards ceremony where I received the academic excellence prize. There was always an excuse. Always something more important involving Amanda. 3 weeks before my law school graduation, my mother called. "Jessica, about your graduation. We need to talk." "What about it?" I asked, already knowing where this was going. "Amanda is moving into her new place that weekend. The one we bought for her. She needs help with furniture, setting everything up. It is a big job. Mom, it is my law school graduation. My final graduation. Ever. Well, you will have plenty of graduations. Bar admission, maybe graduate degrees later. Amanda only moves once." I stood in my tiny apartment, phone pressed to my ear, and felt something inside me just stop caring. "Fine," I said. "Don't come. Jessica, don't be dramatic." I hung up. My roommate Sarah found me sitting on the couch an hour later, staring at the wall. "They're not coming, are they?" she asked quietly. I shook my head. Sarah sat down beside me. "My parents are coming to watch me walk. You should sit with them. They ask about you all the time anyway." Sarah's parents had been more family to me than my own. They came to my law school debate when my parents refused, sitting in the audience and cheering when I won. Her mother had baked me a cake when I got my law review acceptance. Her father had taken me to dinner and given me advice about career paths. "Are you sure?" I asked. "Jess, they already consider you family. They're bringing a 3rd bouquet specifically for you." Graduation day arrived bright and clear. I put on my cap and gown, looked at myself in the mirror, and felt proud. Whatever my family thought, I had done this. I had graduated law school. I had worked my ass off, and I was walking across that stage. Sarah's parents met us at the venue, and her mother immediately pulled me into a hug. "We are so proud of you, Jessica," she said warmly. "Both of you girls. This is incredible." The ceremony was beautiful. Hundreds of graduates, families cheering, the culmination of 3 years of brutal work. I sat with Sarah, and when they called my name, Sarah's parents stood up and cheered louder than anyone else in that auditorium. Then, just before the ceremony ended, the dean took the podium for a special announcement. "Before we conclude, I want to recognize an exceptional achievement. This year, we have a graduate who has been selected for a federal clerkship. This is an honor bestowed on only 2 students per decade from our institution. The clerkship will provide unparalleled experience and serves as a direct pathway to positions at the nation's top law firms." My heart stopped. "Jessica Torres, please stand." The auditorium erupted. I stood, shaking as the dean continued. Jessica's academic excellence, her dedication to public service, and her exceptional legal writing earned her this prestigious position. She will be clerking for Judge Martinez at the federal courthouse beginning this fall. "Jessica, congratulations." Sarah was crying. Her parents were on their feet, applauding wildly. I saw cameras, local news crews who had been covering the ceremony, suddenly focusing on my section. After the ceremony, a reporter approached us. Jessica Torres? Can we get a statement about your clerkship? And who are these folks with you? Sarah's mother put her arm around me. We're her family. We're so proud of her. Jessica has worked incredibly hard, and she deserves every bit of this success. The interview went live on the local news that evening. Social media picked it up. By 8 p.m., the story had been shared thousands of times. A wealthy alumnus who had attended the ceremony posted a video announcing he was gifting Sarah's parents an all-expense-paid luxury vacation to the Maldives. For being the kind of family that shows up and believes in young people's dreams. The Maldives. I had heard my mother talk about wanting to visit there for years. It was her dream destination. My phone stayed silent that evening. My parents hadn't called, hadn't texted, nothing. But I knew they would see it. Facebook, the news, someone would tell them. The interview went viral by evening. My phone stayed silent. But I knew they would see it. And I knew exactly what would happen next. By 9 p.m., my social media was exploding. The interview had been shared over 8,000 times. Comments flooded in congratulating me, praising Sarah's parents for being real family and asking where my biological parents were. Then I saw it. My mother had tagged me in the news article. Her comment, "So incredibly proud of our daughter Jessica. We always knew she would achieve great things. Family celebration this weekend." My father shared the same article minutes later. "Our brilliant daughter Jessica. Federal clerkship. The Torres family could not be more proud. Celebration dinner planned." Amanda's comment appeared under the post. "Congrats, sis. Always knew you had it in you." Not a single private message. Not one phone call. Just public performance for their Facebook friends. I was sitting on my couch, staring at my phone in disbelief, when Sarah came out of her room. "Have you seen this?" I showed her the posts. She read them and her face hardened. "Are you kidding me? Where were these posts when you were in law school? When you won awards? When you—" My doorbell camera notification interrupted her. I pulled up the app on my phone. My parents stood at my apartment door. Both of them. With suitcases. My father looked directly at the camera. "Jessica, we know you're in there. Open up. We need to discuss the reception." I froze. Sarah leaned over to look at my phone. "Oh, this is serious." My mother's voice came through the camera speaker. "Jessica, honey, we saw the news. We are so proud of you. We always supported you. We just got held up at Amanda's, but we are here now." Behind them, I could see Amanda sitting in their car on her phone, looking bored. My father tried the doorbell again. "The clerkship reception. When is it?" "Obviously, we will be attending. We are your parents. This is a family achievement." "And that vacation," my mother added, her voice taking on an edge. "Those people are not your real family, Jessica. That gift belongs to your actual parents. We raised you. We sacrificed for you." I stared at the screen. Sarah's parents had sacrificed? They had paid for exactly nothing in my life. They had attended exactly nothing until today when a news camera happened to be present. "Jess," Sarah said quietly, "you don't have to let their attitude get to you." My father was getting impatient. "Jessica, this is ridiculous. We drove 2 hours to see you. The least you can do is open the door." 2 hours. They couldn't drive 30 minutes to watch me graduate, but they could drive 2 hours the moment they saw me on the news with an achievement that came with money and prestige. "We have a right to be at your reception," my mother said, her voice firm now. "We are your parents. That is our right. And that vacation needs to be transferred to us. That alumni donor needs to know who your real family is." I looked at Sarah. She was shaking her head slowly, her expression a mixture of anger and disgust. I picked up my phone and pressed the intercom button on the doorbell camera. They looked up at the camera, both of them smiling, expecting me to buzz them in, to welcome them, to let them back into my life now that I had something they wanted. They had no idea what I was about to say. I spoke clearly into the intercom. "I'll have plenty of receptions." The smiles froze on their faces. "What?" my father said. "Jessica, stop being childish. Let us in right now. You told me I'd have plenty of graduations when you skipped the most important day of my academic career." I'm telling you, I'll have plenty of receptions. You can miss this one too. My mother's voice went sharp. We are your parents. We have a right to be at your important events. You had a right to be at my graduation. You chose to help Amanda move into the apartment you bought her instead. Now you can watch my reception on Facebook just like you watched my ceremony. Oh wait, you didn't even watch that, did you? My father's face was turning red. This is absurd. We drove 2 hours to see you. To celebrate with you. You couldn't drive 30 minutes to see me graduate. Go home. Amanda got out of the car, walking toward the door. Jess, come on. Be reasonable. They made a mistake. Let them make it up to you. I pressed the button again. You called me a failure, Amanda. You said I'd end up as a quack lawyer or an errand girl for actual lawyers. Turns out I'm clerking for a federal judge. Guess your prediction was a little off. I was joking. You've been joking for years. It stopped being funny. My mother's voice cracked. Fine. Be angry about the graduation. But the vacation. Those people who got that gift are not your family. They are strangers. We raised you. We are your parents. That vacation belongs to us. Sarah's parents showed up when you didn't. They cheered for me when you were silent. They believed in me when you called me a failure. That makes them more family than you have ever been. The vacation was gifted to them. It stays with them. Goodbye. Jessica and Torres. My father was shouting now. You open this door right now. No. I ended the intercom connection and blocked both their numbers. Through the camera, I watched my father pound on the door. Building security appeared within minutes. My parents were escorted back to their car, my father still yelling, my mother crying, Amanda screaming something about me being ungrateful. They drove away. Sarah sat down beside me on the couch. Oh, Jess. Was that too harsh? Too harsh? They abandoned you at your law school graduation to help your sister move. Then they showed up demanding access to your success the second it came with prestige and money. You were restrained. 2 weeks passed. I started preparing for my clerkship, meeting with Judge Martinez, reviewing case files. My parents tried calling from different numbers. I blocked each one. Then an unknown number called on a Wednesday afternoon. Against my better judgment, I answered. Jess. Amanda's voice, thick with crying. Jess, I need help. What do you want, Amanda? I have been sued. At work. They are saying I misplaced client funds. It is a huge mess. I did not do it, Jess, I swear, but I need a lawyer and I cannot afford one, and you are a lawyer now, and I'm a law clerk. I don't represent clients. But you know lawyers. You have to help me. I am your sister. I heard shuffling, then my father's voice. Jessica, your sister needs you. She needs legal representation. You are a lawyer. You have to help her. I just told Amanda I'm a law clerk, not a practicing attorney. But you can represent family, my mother's voice chimed in. They had me on speaker. You have to help Amanda. That is what family does. I was quiet for a long moment. I thought about Amanda calling me a failure. I thought about my parents buying her everything while I worked 3 jobs. I thought about them skipping my graduation. My retainer is $15,000 upfront. The silence on the other end was deafening. Then my mother's voice, sharp with shock, excuse me, 15,000. That is my rate for complex litigation. Wire it to my account, and I'll refer Amanda to qualified attorneys I trust. You cannot charge your own sister, my father exploded. That is family. You help family for free. You taught me independence, Dad. Remember? Amanda is the successful one. The one with the bright future in finance. She should be independent enough to afford her own attorney. You are heartless, my mother said, her voice breaking. We raised you better than this. No, I said calmly. You raised Amanda. Sarah's parents raised me. Send the legal bills to them. They might be willing to help. Goodbye. I hung up and blocked that number too. My clerkship began 3 weeks later. Judge Martinez was brilliant, demanding, and exactly the mentor I needed. The work was challenging and rewarding. Job offers from top firms started arriving within the first month. Sarah's parents attended my clerkship welcome reception. We posted photos together. Real family celebrating real achievement. I heard through mutual acquaintances that Amanda's lawsuit was ongoing. that she had to hire a public defender because she couldn't afford private representation. That my parents were trying to help her financially but were struggling. 6 weeks into my clerkship, an email arrived from my mother's account. Subject, please. Jessica, Amanda might lose her job. She is drowning. She needs you. We are still your parents. Blood is thicker than water. We are family. Please. I read it twice. Then I hit reply. The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Sarah's parents proved that at my graduation. You proved it too, just not the way you intended. I deleted the entire email thread and returned to my case files. I can't let them blackmail me with incomplete quotes. Some people are family by blood. Others earn it by showing up. I learned the difference on a graduation day in May, standing on a stage without my parents, surrounded by people who chose to celebrate me. That was the day I stopped waiting for my family to see me and started building a life with people who already did. Thanks for listening to the end. If you have ever been overlooked by the people who should have celebrated you most, remember this: the family who shows up is the family that matters. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about chosen family, justice, and proving them all wrong.